Hello, everyone, and welcome to the More Sugar Podcast. I am your host, Amanda Calendar. I hope everyone is doing well today. As for me, I have a little cold, so if my voice sounds a little deeper than normal, I am fighting the kids' germs. Today is Thursday, March 17th, and last week, Monday, our son went back to school, and his school dropped the mask mandate. We gave it to God with a lot of prayer, and he came home with a cold on Wednesday. He started kindergarten last year in a mask. He's worn a mask for a year and a half. It comes off for 2 days, and if all I have to complain about is kids' germs, thank you, Jesus. Right? We got to realize what we should be complaining about, and it could be worse. That is not the topic that I wanted to talk about, but I have a habit of veering off course, and I just go where the spirit leads me. But that was just a little explanation of why my voice might sound a little raspy, and I'm gonna try to get through this here session without coughing too much. I'm drink my water whenever I can, and just try to push through. So I wanted to come on here to talk about. I try to share things that I go through or things that I've been through in hopes of helping someone else. That was the purpose of the book, Sugar in My Grits, Grief to Gratitude Through Grace. I hope everyone has read it by now. If you haven't, go grab that at Amazon, BookBaby, or jdelenopublishing.com for a signed copy, or hit me up on any social media for your signed copy. And from that book came conversations about healing and grief and relationships and everything. Sometimes grieving isn't just about dead things. And that was something that was really profound for me in the book. And again, I always say I wrote this book for other people when it turns out I am people. I find myself going back through the book often, not in the sense of vanity, but in the sense of learning from myself, because just when I think I know it all, from time to time, I need a boost. Again, just when I think I know it all, from time to time, I need a boost. And sometimes that boost comes from myself. I got to remind myself what I'm capable of. And that's what has been, I came to realize that's what's been happening to me over the last 2 days. Again, like I said, I had a cold, so I've been a little moving slow. And moving slow, I'm learning not to work too much and listen to my body. I worked a half a day on a Tuesday. Wednesday, I took the entire day off. So I had a little bit of time to spend with my wife and our son. Not like we have weekends, but we're a small family and we really enjoy each other time. I said all to say, like, in my time of silence, I often think a lot, and I feel myself out, and I realized that um, if you know me, then you know I have locks, and I attribute how I'm feeling to my hair. So I have to check in from time to time to remind myself, um, or to check in with myself, not to remind myself, but to make sure that I'm okay, because I don't want sickness to set in my body, and not just physical sickness. Sometimes we get physically sick and it affects our mental. And so in this cold that I had for 2 days, I did a check in with myself mentally, and I realized that I might have been a little depressed. And I say that to say, because I'm shocked. Like, I had this revelation. I just literally just got out of the tub, and I had this revelation in the tub. And again, if you read my book, a lot of times, or most of the time, I talk with God in the water. So I took a bath, because it helps. For one, it helps me feel better when you have a cold with the Epsom salt, but two, because I felt like I needed to convene with God, and He let me in the tub. He said, uh, "It's okay to twist your hair." And that might not mean anything to you all, but it means a great deal to me, because I've been, for the last month or two, I said that I don't want to twist my hair. I just didn't feel like it, and I didn't know that not feeling like it had something to do with how I was feeling emotionally. I thought that it just meant I was fatigued. I was too tired, because I don't go to a salon and get my hair washed and retwisted. I do it myself, and I've been doing it myself for all of the years, all of the 20 years that I've had locks. I've been washing and retwisting my hair myself. And so this last particular month, I just said to myself, I don't feel like it. And and I just didn't feel like it, and I just didn't do it. I put it in a ponytail, and I just, went about my life over the last month. My wife looks at me sideways. My son doesn't say too much. But today, this is what we have friends for. I FaceTime, I FaceTime my friend. I'm gonna call RW, because I don't know how my friends feel about their names on here yet. But I FaceTime my friend RW, and she was like, "BFF, what's going on with your hair?" And I'm like, "I'm not twisting it." And she said, "Why?" And I said, "Cause I don't feel like it." She was like, and that's somebody's way of saying, like, "Girl, your hair look a mess, twisted." And she said to her daughter, my niece, "Come look at Aunt Amanda's hair." And when she said that, I knew that, like, it, what's going on with you? Like, why don't you want to twist your hair? This is more than, because a lot of times I didn't want to twist my hair, but I pushed through. And this time I just was adamant about not twisting my hair. So sitting in the tub and conferring with God, when I realized I'm depressed, I'm like, but why are you depressed? And I realized that I'm in mourning. I was mourning. And when I say in mourning and was mourning, I mean that I was mourning up until that point when I realized I was mourning, and then I got up from it. That in that moment, when I realized what was happening, I prayed about it. I realized I had done my due diligence with the situation, and when I stepped out of the tub and the dirty water went down the drain, I'm not saying I was that dirty, but everything that went down the drain, those feelings went down the drain with it, and it wasn't an easy process. I realized I realized I was mourning for someone that's not dead. I realized that I was mourning a relationship, right? And I was mourning it because it's dead, and I've tried so many times to revive it, and it's just not. There's nothing there, and it's not working, and I'm I'm hurt behind it, and I realized it's okay for me to say I'm hurt, to acknowledge my hurt. Um, if I thought that I had any part in the demise of this friendship, I've made my amends in an attempt to get the friendship back on track, but it just didn't seem like my attempts was working, and I thought that it would, and it hasn't. So that made me sad, and it's okay to mourn things that's not dead. Too many times I see people on social media talking about their haters and how they don't mess with too many people. I'm uh I can be pegged as an asshole, the younger me, and maybe I'm a little brash right now, but I think that once you get to know me, I'm a likable person. I try to be as honest as possible, so I retain friendships. Right, I'm still friends with people I went to kindergarten with. I'm still friends with people I went to high school with. Excuse me. I think I have a good group of people around me, and I think that I try to reciprocate love in friendships. So the fact that this ended, it definitely made me sad, because when you proclaim a friendship, I'm going to take a drink of water so I won't be coughing in your ear. When you proclaim a friendship to be, especially with this age of social media, you guys go everywhere together, or you hang out, You vacation, you take pictures, this is my rider, and you proclaim all these things publicly. And it falls apart publicly. Whether people know why or not, right? They still realize that, wait, I don't see this person around anymore. And that, in addition to what you have to deal with internally, is a lot. And I realized that I was sad because I humbled myself and I made amends, and I thought I did, and I apologized. And I don't know if it was received in the love in which I gave it, and that made me sad. And so I realized that that was dragging me, like I was laying around and I didn't know. And maybe I got up and went to work every day. I still played with my son. I functioned in my marriage, but maybe I was a little different to my other friends, right? So maybe I was a little quieter or disconnected from my other friends because I was mourning this friendship, and it had me internalizing who I am. And I had to think, like, normally when I'm wrong, I apologize. I remember going back. I wasn't a nice person in high school because I was very I was insecure about my sexuality. I was confused and I wasn't very confident in it. So that made me a bully. So once I grew maturity wise, I went back and apologized to people that I bullied. So when I say that I didn't do anything wrong, I mean that. But there may have been things that I've done wrong in this friendship, and I apologize for it because we can see things that I didn't do anything wrong, but just because you think that you didn't do anything wrong does not mean that that person's feelings is not hurt. And so I realized that this is dead. And so I had to mourn it. And so now I'm gonna get up. There's part of the book I literally had to say a chapter in the book called Get Up Girl, where I realized that I was depressed. I was laying in the bed, and that's what I had a get up girl moment just now. And I said to myself, get up girl. I felt like, like, for example, like, I don't know if you guys remember that movie, The Serpent and the Rainbow, when the scene where he was in the casket and he said, "Don't let them bury me yet. I'm not dead." That hit my spirit because I felt like um, things were passing me by because I was in this funk. Like there was things I had to do. We have to go to a wedding next week. There's a funeral, a wedding after the funeral. This is how my life is set up. I have to go to a funeral on Thursday and a wedding on Friday. And so why wouldn't my hair be done? Okay. So I realized like things was happening and my wife's birthday passed and I didn't do it and my birthday passed. And I felt like things were passing me by and people was things stepping over me. Right. Cause me was felt like I was dead. Like, so don't let them, that's how I felt in the tub. Don't let them bury me. I'm not dead. And when I look around, this message was all around the house. I'm drinking water again. I'm gonna keep this podcast as real as possible without being ghetto. So I'm gonna take my drink of water and let you know I'm taking my drink of water, so it's not a bunch of fumbling in the background. And so back to don't let them bury me yet. I'm not dead. It There were so many messages around me when I look around my wife tending to her plants and things, and there's plants where the leaves fall off and then they grow back. But I know nothing about plants. I watch her tend to them and I buy her new ones, and that's that. And there's this one particular plant that sits on the table where my favorite chair is, and I watch it. And it was so quiet in here the other day. I heard the leaf fall off, right? And I looked over and I said, "Well, that's about to be the last leaf, so it's time to throw that away." She said, "No, it's not. They're gonna grow back. Just because all the leaves are going, don't mean it's time to throw the plant away. Don't let them bury me yet. I'm not dead." So in that, I realized that I had to get up, girl. And I just took a deep sigh because I'm realizing that, wow, this was a really important friend to me, and it's gone. But I'm up now. I'm moving on. I wish them well and peace and happiness because I'm at peace. But I had to get up, girl, and I'm thankful for the FaceTime that I had with my friend, even though she didn't know she was helping me get up, but she did. And we gotta realize when we gotta know the signals when God sends people in to save you. When God sends somebody, when you know you at your low point or you're at a low point, you're like, God help me, God help me. I always say this over and over and over again. God is not gonna descend from the clouds and physically reach out his hand and pick you up. He's going to send someone something, and you have to recognize what it is. So if you're in a burning building and firefighters put their lives on the line every day. If someone comes in a burning building to get you, you don't let them carry you out as dead weight if you can walk. Okay? If someone is coming to rescue you, don't let them carry you out as dead weight if you can walk. Recognize when God is sending somebody to save you. He's not coming himself. That's a part of being connected with our spirituality. We got to know when he's sending somebody. Right? If you know, I talk about the valley in the book too. The valley is the lowest, darkest place you can go. Right? But if somebody comes in a valley risking everything, sometimes it's not easy getting people out of their dark season. It's not easy uh getting running into firefighters are heroes. It's not easy running into a burning building to save somebody. But how disrespectful of you can you be if when they do come get you, that you don't do all you can to walk on your own out? Everybody want to be dragged and dramatic and make a scene. Get up and walk. Somebody risked their life to come save you. Get up and walk. Right? Get up, girl. Get up, bro. And get up, girl. Let me be clear. Because I feel like I don't want to alienate the guys. Um and I realized that there's analytics and things and signing books. Everyone that purchased the book from my website, I don't know who buys books from Amazon or BookBaby. I just get royalty money. But if you buy a book from my website or you hit me up on social media, I know who you are. And so many women supported me, and not that many guys did. A couple of guys they did because of our relationship, and they literally just said, I want to support. I might not read the book, but I want to support. And I know the guys that did read the book. So my thing is, what is it about sadness that doesn't resonate with men? They have to be hard, and they have to have this facade. So I don't want to say get up. I'm not saying get up, girl, as I'm talking to all the girls and not guys. I'm saying get up, girl, because that was me talking to myself, me telling myself, get up, girl, get up, girl, like you can do this. Like sometimes when I'm not in the mood to go to work, after I drop my son off in school, I sit outside and I say, okay, here we go. And it's not that I hate my job. I'm drinking water again. Sometimes we just got to be in the mood for stuff. So we have to. There's nothing wrong with self motivation. Like we have these affirmations and things. My thing isn't affirmations. My thing is self motivation for me. I would say, get up, girl. Mandy, you can do this. You got this. That's my thing for me. I'm my best cheerleader. I talk myself through a lot. And so again, when I just wanted to clarify, like when I say get up, girl, I don't mean for girls only. The guys too, like get up, bro, get up, bro. I remember when my cousin was murdered, and we came to New Jersey, and I first thing we did when we got off the highway was went to my brother's house, and he was sitting outside in his driveway, just sitting in his car, and I pulled up and I walked up on him, and his head was down, and That he had his head down for so long after that. Her death impacted him in such a way. And even when I went back to Virginia, I would find myself saying, "Get up, bro. Get up, bro. Get up, bro. Get up, bro." And like mind brainwaving him, hoping that he can hear me, right? So get up, bro. Get up. So I'm sending healing energy to not just my ladies and the women, but to the fellas too. Come on, bro, get up. Like you got this. You can mourn. You can mourn, fellas. Like the fellas, friendships in too. It's okay to mourn. That was your boy. That was your partner. It's okay to mourn it. But get up, bro. Get up, man. Let's go. Keep it. I'm not saying that we can't get down. We all get down, but don't let them bury you because you're not dead. And that's just my message that I wanted to share with everybody. Get up. Don't let them bury you. You're not dead. Recognize the signs when God is sending somebody to come get you, right? We're going to mourn these relationships and these friendships. If you did your best, it's okay. I apologize to people for things I didn't do to save friendships because God told me to, because that friendship was integral for my life, for my growth, right? So it's okay to apologize to people. Sometimes we're grown. It don't matter who's right or who's wrong. It's okay to apologize. And I did that. And my apology didn't work. Well, I the way I feel right now it didn't work. So I mourned it and I'm gonna move on. March 17th. My son's excited about spring is coming. Right? Like so technically I just looked down at the calendar, like my son has been bugging me, "Mommy, when's the first day of spring?" He thinks there's a light switch that comes on, and that when the light switch comes on, that suddenly the temperatures get warm and the sun gets brighter. Only thing he knows is that I don't come home when it's dark. And some days I pick him up from school. So that's what he associates with spring. And so that's what I'm associate with it. Get up, girl. Um, and I'm not saying that we can't be sad about things. We can, but the season is changing. I sat on the porch today. I worked from home today, and instead of sitting in my chair, with my laptop open like I normally do, I couldn't sleep. So I was up at 3:04 a.m. My mother's birthday again. I know she talking to me. She's her presence. I feel her presence, and I like having her around. Uh, it makes me feel good. But anyway, I was up at 3:04. I guess my cold medicine wore off. So I'm pacing the floor. I can't sleep. So I turned on my laptop and I started doing some work. I figured, why just sit up looking stupid? Get some things done. So I worked until about 5 o'clock, and then I did enough work, and I sent a couple emails at 5 o'clock. I waited till 5 o'clock to send the emails, and I know some my colleagues got those emails. I'm like, man, she's up at 5. So I set the precedent for the day. So I figured if I was up for 2 or 3 hours at 5, then I can do less throughout the day, right? So I'm drinking water. So I was done working, and it was a nice day, and I went to sit on the porch and inhaled, got some fresh air in my lungs, and I felt good. And came and took a bath and resonated on what RW said to me, and we FaceTimed on the porch. Like after that, so you know what? I'm gonna twist my hair this weekend, so I won't be looking like I'm dead at this funeral and at this wedding. My cousin's getting married. I'm excited for him. My first cousin, our fathers are brothers. He's getting married, and that's next Friday. But before then, uh, I would say my aunt, someone very close to my wife's family, passed away. I send that family my condolences, and I'm going to stand by my wife's side on Thursday, as we have to walk through that. And so I'm I'm happy. I'm not happy about the funeral, but I'm happy that I'm in a space that I realized that where I was so that I can be there for her emotionally so that I'm not a little disconnected. So I just this that was my intention, just to share that with everyone. Um, it's okay to mourn something that's not dead, but you got to get up. All right. So spring is here. Get up, get out, inhale the fresh air, and just enjoy life. Apologize when you're wrong, and love on people that love you back. And recognize when God is sending someone to save you. All right? Y'all be good. Peace.